Hi, welcome everyone to this live demo session on ABAP on HANA come S4 HANA technical training with me Anubhav. In this live demo session on SAP ABAP on HANA come S4 HANA technical training, we are going to look at the basics of S4 HANA. With a live use case in the system, I will take you through this demo to make you understand who is this training for. Can you relate your current job profile and increase your salary, perhaps double your salary in 3 months with the help of my training? How can you map this training with your current work? We will look at overview of this course, what can you expect in the next 40 hours of this journey, and then followed by a live system use case with a demo. Then we will look at some of the frequently asked questions by you in the past, followed by that the round of question and answers. Having said that, let's get started our demo today. So, who is this training for? Am I the right person? Am I the right person at the right time at the right place with this demo with you, Anubhav? Is this training going to help me? How can you help me with this with regard to this training in my current job? So, meet John. If you are working like John, who's a Scrum professional, and he's leading a team of ABAP developers. And now he's getting requirement to transpose his entire ECC system on top of HANA or S4 HANA. In that case, he would need to understand how the development goes in for HANA-based project to estimate better for tomorrow. If you are like Jennifer, who is an ABAP consultant as most of you, and want to embrace the change in the technology to make your program run better, faster on top of HANA and understand how the migration to S4 HANA happens, this training is also going to help you. If you are like Karan, who is any SAP consultant, would like to learn, upskill himself to build amazing Fiori apps on top of CDS views, exploit full potential of SAP HANA and S4, this training is also going to help you. Finally, you are like David, who is my favorite, a BW consultant, unable to fit himself into the current job and finding very insecure about his current BW job profile and scared of getting fired or not getting any enough opportunity, this training is going to boost his career because you will learn the CDS views with analytical use cases to expose yourself to S4HANA, embedded analytics, and analytics cloud. You will learn how to build amazing analytics and APIs with OLAP tools on top of S4HANA. What can you expect in the next 40 hours of this journey? So first we'll start with new ABAP syntax and tooling. We will understand how to set up your tools in your computer to get started with the journey of S4 and understand latest features like new ABAP syntax, SQL syntax, frameworks like BOF and IDA with fuzzy search. In the phase 2, you will learn S4 HANA, where I'll take you to the journey of S4, how to leverage the powerful S4 HANA system to build CDS views, build virtual data models, and also migrate your current ABAP code running on ECC to S4 HANA, which is very important as part of any implementation strategy. You don't need to have any prior knowledge on HANA because this course also includes HANA basics. We will learn HANA system, its architecture, how HANA meets ABAP, including the tools like ADT, Business Application Studio, and HANA Studio. Then this training is power packed with CDS views and latest concepts like OData, Fiori, AMDP, embedded analytics, analytics cloud, everything in a one single booster package to double your salary in next 3 months. Build amazing Fiori apps with me on top of CDS views and learn power of annotations on top of S4. So that's a quick overview of this course. However, you can go back and check the detailed course content on anubhavtrainings.com. What can you expect in demo today? In our demo today, we will be doing a live system demo with you. Unlike other trainers who go through just PDF and PPT, I will take you live in the system with the use case. We will launch our development tool, build our first CDS view, annotate CDS view with additional information, and build a service to expose our data on the internet. And finally see a flavor of S4HANA embedded analytics to build an amazing analytical application. I would like to give a disclaimer that it's a demo session. Some of you might find it very difficult to digest this demo, but idea is not to digest demo, idea is to understand what can you expect in this course. Is my teaching technique suitable for your learning? Do you find Anubhav as the right trainer for this job? And what can you expect in this training? What will be my methodology for teaching? So what's our use case for today? I want to take a practical use case as is a real-time training. We want to understand how the inflation affecting different countries. We want to understand by building a Fiori application in S4HANA embedded analytics to analyze inflation trends across different countries. The purpose of this application, which we will build in demo today, is to provide a comprehensive interactive platform to explore inflation rates, identify patterns, and then make data-driven decisions. Very simple use case. Everybody understand inflation. It is eating up your salary every day, and it is also a big concern for many countries. So today we want to help countries to fight with inflation and analyze inflation trends. So before I start it in the system, I want to introduce you what is CDS view. So let's understand what is CDS view and how will it help me to analyze inflation data from my SAP system. So CDS stands for Core Data and Services. It is a new data modeling layer in SAP system which replace conventional SQL. So in the past or in the present times, when you write reporting, you write SQL queries. There are disadvantages of SQL queries in terms of performance, in terms of computational power, and in terms of other benefits like integration with UI. We are living in 21st century where we would like to now utilize the power of SAP systems with new technologies and build CDS views to expose our data from ERP system. So what I have today is the inflation data stored in my system. This is a Z table I've created before the demo for the demonstration purpose, which contains the inflation data of different countries. As you can see, we have a primary key sequence number with regional number and year in which inflation is recorded, followed by the inflation rating and the subregion along with countries. You see country codes. So different country like Georgia, Kazakhstan, India, China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, different countries. I have the rating for inflation and the forecast for the current and the next year. I would be analyzing the trend of the inflation across these different countries. That's my use case. And in order to exploit the data from my SAP system and build an embedded analytics, I would need to build a view, a CDS view. This is just a quick overview of CDS view in a very easy way. But as we progress further in this training, I have dedicated a Power Pack 40 hour dedicated for you to learn these core concepts from scratch. So CDS helps us to build semantically rich data model. What is semantically rich data model? In a minute you will know. So now I will use my database table and build a CDS view. So we go back to SAP system. Now you may be wondering what is this screen? it doesn't look like SAP GUI. This is our new tool. This tool is known as ADT, ABAP Development Tool on Eclipse. This is the new tool used in S4HANA projects to build application. I will show you setting up this tool in the next class. That's the topic of next class. As I mentioned, you don't need to have any prerequisite to join this course. You can be a fresher out of college, absolutely beginner. You can learn this training with us because we will help you and we will spoon feed these concepts like small class school babies. So for now, to continue with my demo, I've already set up this tool, but in the next class, I'll show you how can you get this tool in your computer. For now, let me create a CDS view. I will go ahead and create a new core data service CDS view. Let's name it as Z August inflation. All the questions I will answer towards the end of the class. Inflation data. So kindly keep your questions note down and we will discuss them towards the end. So now I will go ahead and create a CDS view over here and click on finish. Now let me give a name on the top and then we are going to come back and use this over here. And now you see, instead of writing a SQL query in like a traditional ABAP system, we have written a view. The syntax starts with define view. This is the most effective way to fetch data for reporting and analytics purpose in today's world. Now, I observed something very interesting. There are a lot of things auto-generated, which starts with at the rate of. What are these things? These are called as annotations. Annotations are basically make your CDS view enrich with additional information. This information will be utilized by system to provide certain behaviors. We will discuss more about this in our unit number 11. But for now, just understand that when you create a view, it basically creates multiple objects behind the scene. So it creates in our database a SQL view, a SQL object. Now, what will be the name of this SQL object? So that is the name which we give here in the first property. When you fetch the data, should it filter out all the data in the database and then it should send the data to ABAP system? Answer is yes, which means we want to do compiler compare filter true. We want to also make sure whatever is the key of my database table storing the data, same key I want to give the key as for my view also. That is the third annotation. And at the moment, I don't want to do any security on my data. It is okay, it's a test data. But in future, I will teach you security as well. Now, we are happy with the view and we can just go ahead and activate this view and preview the data quickly over here. So very simple use case, just like a select query, reading data from database. Fantastic. Now, my next requirement is to now build a beautiful analytical application to display this information to the user. Now, to be able to do that, we need to utilize web. So now we build application which runs on browser, which can be on desktop, tablet, or mobile phones. This is the new world of SAP. Bye-bye to traditional dirty GUI screens. And that's where SAP introduced SAP Fury and embedded analytics technology. But the problem is if you have a SAP system with your data, this data cannot be consumed over the browser because browser cannot fire select query. So now we created a view, but this data from the CDS view cannot be exposed on the browser. In order to do that, in order to make our data available in the browser, we need to basically create a OData service. OData stands for Open Data Protocol. I will cover the OData complementary sessions also as part of this training, but for now, just understand that we need to create a service for that. So how do I expose my data, which is here over the internet? To be able to do, we will create a service now. Also, since I am planning to do analytics, I need to tell the computer that this view will be used for data analytics. So for that, I will go back and put an annotation analytics dot data category as cube, because I want to use this for analytics, and odata dot publish as true, because I want to create a service to be used in a browser based application. So you see, we put lot of annotations like this. I will explain you the documentation and everything in session number 12 in detail. Now let me activate the view again, and this will magically create a service for me out of the box. You can hover the icon on this small tiny icon and you can see the service name. So system automatically created a service for us. We can use this service now and register the same. So I will open a GUI window. All these shortcuts and tools and everything you will learn in our session 1, 2, 3 and so on. And I'll go to a transaction code IWFND main service. The goal here is to expose our ERP data on the internet so that we can create a service. So I register my service which was created. This will behind the scene creates a ICF node, ICF Internet Communication Framework. Now utilizing this service, I can build a Fury application. I can give this data to Analytics Cloud or a Android application also in the future. So we are coming out of traditional ABAP, the dirty dialogue programming, and going to build amazing applications. But the question is, in order to build this mobile application, which tool can we use? So by far you saw we use the ADT tool, which I promised you that I will cover installation in the next class. But apart from that, in order to build this Fury app, you need another tool, and that is called BAS. BAS stands for Business Application Studio. So let me go ahead to the BAS tool and build our first analytical application using S/4HANA Embedded Analytics. So this is the tool already I have set up on my system. You can see this is how it look like. I will show you in unit number 12 how did I got this screen, how did I set up this. As I promised you that everything will be covered as part of this training for you from scratch. You will be an absolute beginner out of college, zero prior experience. You will become a champion in S4 and you will double your salary very easily in coming 3 months. That's the goal we are taking ahead. So I will now build an application. It is very easy. System, we are living in 21st century. The time is gone when you write hashtag include studio.h, hashtag include conio.h. Yeah, int I, bye-bye. We don't need that. We have very powerful tools in this 21st century. So what I will do, I'll say, please start a project from template. I want to build an application, a mobile application, which is of type Fury application. I will show you how did I reach to this screen in unit number 12. You all will be able to practice these things in your own computer or office laptop. Then we create a analytic list page application. And of course, now it says, where can I get the data from? You want to build an application? Tell me, where is the data? Okay, no problem. So I will say, hey, please get the data from my system. Then computer asks, which system, Anubhav? Where can I get this data for this app? I say, no problem. Contact my S4HANA system here. Yes. So if you select, I choose S4HANA system. How did this system come here? I will explain in unit number 11. Yes. You can also connect with this, with the help of my training, you can connect your company systems also with the BAS tool. It is part of your training. Everything will be covered end to end. But for the demo, I've done all the prerequisites before the class. Now it asks me, what's your service? So we are lucky. We just created a service few seconds ago, and I'm going to choose that. Wow, there you go. This is the service we just created, right? So I found that, and now I connect to that. So, hey computer, hey BAS tool, kindly go and get the data from this particular service. I proceed with the wizard and finish my project creation. So let's give a name. So it is about inflation data. So let me create Z inflation And I'm going to give a title. Let's give a meaningful title. Anubhav Trainings Inflation Dashboard. And you see, there is literally zero coding. It's all through the wizard. So this is the power of this training. You have no experience on Fiori, still you will be able to build amazing Fiori apps for your live projects, for your company as part of my course. Awesome stuff. So now we just created a application. You can see the application is ready. So what did we do by far? Let's quickly review. We launched our dev tool. We created a CDS view, and then we created a OData and a application. Yes, we missed the step 3, which is okay. I want to show you now. So let me test this application and show you how does it behave. How does it look like? So this will be a absolutely blank application with nothing inside. It will be an empty application because there is nothing like magic. You are magicians. So we developer are the magicians. We build the application, we build the functionality, right? So when the application starts, it will have absolutely nothing inside. You can see there is nothing. It's all empty. Yes, it's an empty shell. You see, it's giving me an error. So what I will do, I will go ahead and now to show the data, or the user want to see the data, user can go to settings, preferences, and user himself or herself have to choose these columns to view the data for inflation from our table. So you can see now the inflation data is popping up, but I don't want user to take the pain. I would want this to be done automatically. So there are a couple of issues. One is user has to click this icon and get the columns, which we don't want. We want to automatically show. Second, you see the labels are wrong. We want the customized labels. We want proper labels. Third, I would want also a chart over here, which shows the inflation trend year on year or different inflation data per country. So my x-axis will be country and my y-axis will be the cumulative inflation number for that country. That should be my y-axis. I want to build a chart like that. So to be able to achieve that, we need to now go and write the logic. So first let's go back to the system and I will go ahead and define a chart. So I'll switch over back, and once again, we believe and rely on annotations. I will be teaching complete documentation and complete step-by-step guide of these annotation in the coming episode. Today is just a demo to give you an overview of the capability. So I create a chart annotation and I will say, what is my x-axis and what is my y-axis? So in SAP, the x-axis is called dimension. So we added dimension attribute. And my y-axis is called measure in SAP. So we say my dimension attribute is the regional number. That's my dimension. That's my x-axis. So regional number is basically my dimension. Then what is my measure attribute? My measure attribute is inflation data. This inflation is my measure attribute. That's my measure. And I'll say this is um, going to be treated like a axis 1. On my axis 1, it will be plotted and as a data point. Yes. So this is my dimension and measure attribute I have specified. I need to also specify my dimension information, dimension column name and measure column name. So the database column name also we need to give here. So let's give the regional member as dimension column and inflation as a measure column. So this is my x-axis, y-axis, and how they will be plotted on x and y-axis. So on x-axis, this will be plotted as a on x-axis as a category. Yes. Now, additionally, I will specify the chart type. I want it to be a column chart. That is what I want to create. Fantastic. Now, I want to also total. When the application run, it should total the inflation per country. So let's apply a sum. Don't worry if you are new to S4, if you're new to this all going beyond your boundary, no problem. I just want to give you a demo with an overview. So all of this you will be very well versed towards the end of 40 hour. Okay, now come back and refresh the page and we should see something really magical going to happen for us. So I'll refresh really quick and now I'm just going to click on go button and you see something is cooking and voila, look at that. We've got here the inflation total of each country. Wow, nice. Yes, but still the table is empty. So that is my next target. I'm going to go back and I'll say I want to create my table. So I will come here and say UI.line item. My first column is going to be regional number, regional member. That's going to be my first column. This is my first column. So this is an annotation to create a column. Also, I want to give the label of my own choice and I say country and then I'll say year is going to be my second column. I will say then inflation number is going to be my third column. And then I will also add the sub-region as my fourth column. Fantastic. I don't want to show country code right now. It's okay. That's it. Let's activate. And now you will see these columns will also be plotted as expected. So we'll switch over back and just refresh our application over here. And we should be able to see the application will automatically create all the columns for us. That will be the value add with those annotation. So I come back and hit the go button and voila, look at that. You can see it's automatically adding those columns over here. The best part I love about this application is we can go back and let's say click one country. For example, I click India. Watch out. The moment I click India, whoa, there you go. Look at that. It has filtered the data in my table automatically. So this kind of splicing and dicing, including drill down capabilities, are out of the box. We have hardly written any code and we are able to get such an amazing application. So that's the real value add of S4. We can also go back and maximize my chart. We can go back to setting and change the chart type, chart options. There are a variety of options to choose. We can change also the chart type to, let's say, a pie chart. And there you go, the inflation distribution across these different countries. Awesome stuff. And of course, you get out of the box drill down capabilities. You get Excel export capabilities. And the best part I love about it, it runs on the mobile phone with a beautiful experience. So if I run this application on an iPad, this is how it's going to look like. Yes, it is going to automatically adapt my application according to iPhone or Google Android phones. So that is the main USP you get. You cannot use SAP GUI application like this. Yes, but that's the benefit you get with the Fiori application. So this is how exactly, in a nutshell, we can create within just 30 minutes this amazing application for our country. Imagine after completing 40 hours, what kind of skill set you will attain. You will be the go-to person for your manager. You will receive the great respect at your work along with doubling your salary. Having said that, let's move to some of the FAQs asked by your seniors. So I'm teaching S4HANA since last almost 10 years now, and there were a lot of questions in the past asked by your seniors. Thousands of consultants learned S4HANA with me over corporates training and individual trainings. So, do I need to have any prior knowledge on HANA? Answer is no. We will cover HANA Foundation for you as part of this training. You don't need to have any prior knowledge on HANA. Even you never heard about HANA, it's okay. How much of ABAP knowledge is required, Anubhav, to learn this training? So only very, very minimal, very basic, like data dictionary, internal table, basic ABAP syntax and functional module. That's all. If you know in ABAP, more than enough. But even though you are not from ABAP background, it's okay because only 30% of this course require that ABAP knowledge, that basic ABAP knowledge. Remaining 70% course is going to be absolute fresh. So even you are not an ABAP developer, you can learn the remaining 70%. So I'm a BW or BI consultant. Should I or can I learn ABAP on HANA? Answer is yes. You must learn S/4HANA because nowadays companies are dumping BW and they are purely adopting S4 with embedded analytics to save the cost. You may be already feeling the heat that a lot of companies are cutting short their budget on BW teams and they are hiring S4 consultants with CDS view knowledge. So that's where you can unlock the potential and opportunity in your company and projects as well. How much deep knowledge of OOPS is required? Nothing much. If you know basics of OOPS during college days, what is a class, what is an interface, what is an object, more than enough. No need of deep knowledge on OOPS. So, Anubhav, how do I practice this training? You showed you a beautiful demo today, but I want to practice the same after the class. Can I do that? Answer is yes. We will also arrange a server access on demand for you. If you don't have a server from your company, you will also have an end-to-end experience at one single place, which is anubhavtrainings.com. So I promise you that none of you will go out of this training without live system hands-on, because we have arranged over the time every part of infrastructure for you. So if your company is not offering you a server, we offer you a server which you can take access and you can practice. In fact, the same server I used today for our demo. Which version of S/4HANA are we going to learn? So right now I am on S/4HANA 2021 September release, but in the next couple of days we will be upgrading this and it will be on 2022 September release, which is a on-premise system. How much time are you going to spend on CDS view? Because that's my main goal of this training. So almost 40 to 50% time will be on CDS, AMDP, OData, SQL scripting. All those topics we will be spending over 50% time. Do I need any prior knowledge on OData service? The service which you showed me? No. I will cover one complimentary session on basics of OData for you. So that is what I will also do it as part of the training. So don't worry, we will be covering the basics also for you as part of OData course. In this training only we will cover the OData basics for you. Can I also take this course in video mode, Anubhav? Answer is yes, in case the timing doesn't suit you or you feel like, no, Anubhav, I'm very busy on weekends as well. I can't attend live classes. You can go with video mode training, through which you can learn everything through the videos. All right. So what tool do I need to practice this course and will you cover those tools? So as I showed you, we will use ADT tool predominantly, and I will cover the installation of ADT tool in our next class. So stay tuned for the next class so that I can show you setting up this tool in your local machine. You can yourself do that. Also, we will be using Business Application Studio tool for building embedded analytics application and Fury application like we did today. So setting up BAS tool, I will teach you in the session number 9. How will I join the course, Anubhav? So to join the course, the process is very, very simple. You just need to send us an email on contact@anubhavtrainings.com. Our email ID is also flashing in your chat window. So you can also check the chat window where we have the email ID, which you can use to basically join this course. So you can feel free to contact us on contact@anubhavtrainings.com. I find that the harder I work, the more luck I have, or I seems to have. What a quote from Thomas. With that, I hope you enjoyed the demo session. Thank you so much.